friends. I'm home. I'm back from work. It's about a 10-minute walk from my bus stop to home, and it was so windy outside and I felt like I was fighting for my life. But the good thing is that it's way past 5 p.m. and there's still light outside because daylight savings ended. When I first started working, by the time I got home, it was pitch dark outside and it made me feel like the day has already ended. But I feel like now that there's daylight savings, there's still more of this day to live. But I'm so tired. I just want to rot, rest, decompose, recharge. And then in about an hour, I have my Pilates class. But until then, I'm probably gonna be knitting. Yeah, it's times like these that I recognize that I'm a complete homebody. I'm a full introvert, and there's nothing that brings me greater joy than being in the comfort of my own safe home. Honestly, I didn't really even have like a bad work day. I had a pretty good work day, just like making the trudge back home, the long bus ride, everything. Just so tired and glad to be home. I'm done with work. Done with work. It feels good to finally get some sun because in my office, for all of the windows, they put the shades down so I don't even receive any natural sunlight. So now that I'm home, I'm just like letting it all come in. Anyways, thank you for listening to my tangent. But now I am going to change into something a bit more comfortable. Hi friends, I finally changed into something a bit more comfortable and it's almost 6 p.m. I have Pilates in about an hour. So until then, I'm going to be doing some of my hobbies. If you guys have been following my channel, you would know that I love knitting. I feel like I need to knit every day just to let myself kind of rest. For some reason, I can't really feel fully rested when I'm doing absolutely nothing. I think the fact that I'm not doing anything makes me feel unproductive and it eventually leads to more stress, believe it or not. I think because knitting, you're eventually creating something. Like eventually this is going to turn into a garment that I would potentially wear. It makes me feel productive because I'm not just mindlessly doing useless brain rot activity, you know, like I'm not scrolling through TikTok. Although it's mindless, like I'm still making something. I don't know why, but that logic just helps me rest. Right now I'm currently working on the Una top by Mew, I believe. I'll have a reference up on the screen. So far I'm working on the back panel and I tried it on the other day and it feels pretty good, so I'm really excited to see what the finished product will look like. I just love getting to that part in knitting where it becomes super repetitive. You don't really need to think and you're just doing the same motion over and over again. I just love like watching YouTube or Netflix while I'm knitting. It's like the perfect way for me to recharge and get ready for Pilates. You know, I still need to fit in exercise into my everyday routine, but I can't jump right into it after work, so I try to fit in some downtime. Also, this is like so weird, but I love watching like productivity videos. Anything that like motivates me. I don't know, my mind is just wired so weirdly that I just constantly need to feel motivated. So I love multitasking. I mean, one time I was letting something run in the background for my work while I was knitting, while watching YouTube, while FaceTiming my friend. So the more that I can multitask, the better. Anyways, gonna be knitting for about an hour before I head to my Pilates class. Something that I realized is that because I'm only knitting for like an hour a day, it takes a really long time for me to eventually make a finished product. So I realized I need to plan in advance, and I feel like it's time that I start knitting a full sweater, which, believe it or not, I have never done before. So I've been looking at a lot of different sweater patterns and I came across this one. It's called the After School Sweater, and the reason why I was really drawn to this pattern in particular is because I really wanted to kind of incorporate cable knitting into my sweater because I feel like that kind of elevates the look and it's not just, you know, a basic sweater. But this one doesn't have like crazy cable knitting. It really is only in 3 parts, the body and then the 2 sleeves. So I feel like this is pretty doable and I really do want to try it. But unfortunately, this PDF pattern is written fully in Korean. So this is where I would like to thank today's sponsor, Bluent. Bluent is actually a translation platform and they can translate over 120 languages. So now you can actually download a PDF and Bluent will completely transfer the PDF into your desired language while preserving the exact same format. So for example, with knitting patterns, there's a lot of images and graphics included in the PDF to explain how the stitch is done. But now with Bluent, I can easily upload my knitting pattern and it will return the PDF in the exact same format, just in a different language. So currently the source is in Korean, my target language is English, and then we're just going to translate the file. AI will kind of do its magic. Yay, and now it's fully translated. Okay, let's download. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Okay, let me do a little demonstration. So basically the PDF on the left is the translated document and the PDF on the right is the original knitting pattern. And if you look at the document on the left, it's essentially the exact same thing as the document on the right, but in English. And all of the images, all of the formatting is the exact same. Wow, this is crazy. This is actually so helpful for knitting. Guys, believe it or not, there's actually so many knitting patterns out there that are not in English. There's actually been a couple of knitting patterns that I've been dying to work on, but I couldn't do. But now with Bluent, I can actually get started on all of those knitting projects. If you look at the image on the left, it was able to translate even the small diagram text, which is insane. With like knitting patterns, there's just so many diagrams that it can be really difficult to translate it into English. But again, with Bluent, it's all done for you. You know what I'm actually very surprised by? There's some terminology in the world of knitting that I feel like is not normal English. Even right here, this is so smart of them. Like this means to slip purlwise with yarn in back, slip purlwise with yarn in front. I'm surprised that I was able to know that, you know, whatever this Korean text was, knew that it meant to slip. That's so cool. Okay, so this one is actually a very complicated document, but once again, it don't matter because the diagram is completely preserved. You know, it kept like the underlines. This is amazing. You know what's also very interesting? This is so nitty-gritty, but it also bolded the same words even after translation, which is pretty cool. Anyways, if you guys are interested in trying out Bluent, I'll have the link in my description box down below. Now with this tool, I can finally start working on projects that I've been dying to work on but haven't been able to due to the language barrier. I feel like with knitting patterns, there's just so many diagrams and images to clearly explain the instructions, but with Bluent, it preserves all of the formatting and is able to maintain the structured content. I can also see this being really helpful in professional work. You know, even in my job, we have a lot of design docs explaining which architecture we use. I think Bluent is a really strong tool to also use in situations like those with a bunch of tables and diagrams. Yeah, this just saves so much time. You don't have to like open your phone camera and trying to translate all of the text. It's just nice that Bluent is able to produce a very high quality document with preserved formatting. Again, if you guys are interested in trying it out, I'll have the link in my description box down below. And without further ado, I'll be continuing my knitting and get ready for Pilates. Just changed into my Pilates outfit. You guys will actually see in a video soon. To start 2026, I did a Pilates challenge and I decided to film the progress. And that video should be out not too long after this one is posted, so keep an eye out for that. I feel like I'm always really excited to head to my Pilates classes. Anyways, let's do a little Pilates outfit of the day. I got my aloe tank top on, and for bottoms, I'm wearing Lululemon flare leggings, and later I'm gonna put on pink grip socks. That's the outfit. Let's hope I don't feel too sore after class today. Hey friends, I hope the audio is okay. I'm currently making a huge pot of Korean oxtail soup, but that's gonna be for my dinner this week. But for dinner today, I'm thinking of making kimchi jjigae, which is Korean kimchi stew, and my meat of choice will be tuna. Kimchi jjigae is like one of my favorite food ever. I'm making rice right now. The sun is going down, but I think the lighting is still okay so far, so I'm so tired after Pilates. My Pilates class today actually moved me. I am so sore. I went to Pilates yesterday and the class wasn't as hard. I'm glad today's was hard though, because I mean, I'm getting my money's worth and I'm exercising my muscles. But yeah, let's get a pot of kimchi jjigae going. I'm gonna be making it in this pot today. So making kimchi jjigae is actually really easy. All you need is super fermented kimchi. The more fermented the kimchi is, the better. This is so fermented that I can't eat it alone, so this is perfect for the stew. My boyfriend got me the longest pair of chopsticks ever from Taiwan. These are huge. To show you the length comparison, these are regular pair of chopsticks. These are like 2 branches, 2 sticks. Anyways, I love this for cooking because, for example, I can just grab kimchi from this container and my hands won't get dirty. I'm just gonna put a good amount in here, and you're gonna want like 1-to-1 ratio of kimchi juice to water. and that's literally it. I'm gonna let this boil for a little bit, just until the kimchi is soft enough. I'm gonna add tuna at the very end and serve it with rice. I know there's like a lot of different like kimchi jjigae recipes online, like on TikTok and Google, but they make it so complex. They make you add like gochujang, soy sauce, sugar, so many random ingredients that I just feel like changes the kimchi profile completely. Anyways, I'm gonna make a quick fruit platter to eat after my dinner. We have so much pineapple and grapes. Oh my god, this is so heavy. This is for later, but I'm gonna just put it on a plate right now. Guys, I love when daylight savings ends. Like, I know I said this already, but it genuinely changes my mood so much. Like, the fact that there's still sun out is crazy. Okay, I know I said I'm not gonna eat any right now, but look how massive this grape is. So good. Everyone say hi to Suki. This is my roommate's cat. She is a tabby. And Suki is one of the chillest cats ever, right? While my food is cooking, why not talk about what life has been like post-grad so far? So I officially graduated in December of 2024. And then during what was supposed to be my spring semester, I just traveled a bunch and just explored different places. And I officially started working full-time in August of 2025. Now it's March 2026. Life has been interesting post-grad. Some background, I majored in EECS at UC Berkeley. I had so much fun in college. If I could go back, I totally would. To be completely honest, I feel like pivoting to working full-time has been an interesting transition period. I mean, I will say, I feel like I finally figured out a balance and just a good routine that makes me happy, but it's a different set of emotions than what I was experiencing in college, and I think both are great. And I love that I'm able to financially support myself and be able to be in a career that I'm actually interested in. And I'm also so grateful that I'm in such a great team. Also, moving from California to Seattle has been a pretty big shift. I'm originally from Southern California, so I already moved from SoCal to the Bay for college, but I feel like that transition was pretty seamless. But moving from SoCal to Seattle was actually so much more drastic. It really did feel like I was starting a new chapter in my life. A couple of things that I learned is to accept change, and that change is a good thing. I mean, I was very excited, but a part of me was very anxious. Another thing that I learned is it takes time to do anything. Oh, Suki's so cute. I don't know, I just feel like college, everything happens so quickly. I think it's really just like the atmosphere, but I think moving to Seattle took some time. Anyways, those were just some random thoughts that I had. I'll see you guys when I'm eating dinner. I was just resting on the couch with Suki, but I think it's time to check on our kimchi jjigae. I didn't make too much because it's just me that's eating it today. It needs some more water. It's really salty. Oh man, I just added too much water now. Okay, now it's time to add our tuna. Tuna. And what I like to do first is drain out all of the oil. Rice is done. Yay. And now in goes the tuna. This is so good. Got my rice. Yay. It's time to eat dinner. I have so much. This will probably be a meal for tomorrow as well. It's like actually so much food. I got my fruit platter and I have Yakult and Dubai chocolate. I gotta find something to watch. So yummy. Remember how I said that I have so much food that I'm probably going to have enough to eat later this week? It's like actually so much food. It's like actually so much food. I basically finished it. I mean, what can I say? I love my kimchi jjigae. Anyways, I'm filming on my phone because my camera's too far, and Suki is really comfortable on my lap right now, and I really like her on my lap right now because it's kind of cold and she is bringing a lot of warmth to my legs. I was just like, why not update you guys that I ended up eating the whole bowl? Sometimes I amaze myself too. But nonetheless, I had a very delicious meal, and it is now time to eat my fruit platter. See, the thing is, I actually don't know if the pineapple is sweeter or the grapes. But the thing is, pineapple is acidic, but then grapes, they're a bit watery. They're like basic. So I don't know which one to eat first. I'm gonna try both combinations. I'm gonna try to eat a pineapple first, and then a grape, and then a grape, and then a pineapple. And we'll see which one I end up eating first. Can't forget my Yakult as well, and my Dubai chocolate. And yeah, I'm gonna continue watching YouTube, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao. Guys, beasted. Boom. Thank you. All of that food is in my tummy now. I just ate a delicious dinner and now I am editing. Unfortunately, but fortunately, I don't know, content creation, editing videos is another hobby of mine and I gotta fit it into my day. It's kind of like becoming a side hustle, so probably going to edit for like an hour before I start washing up. Honestly, I'm like pretty tired though, so I'm probably gonna just do like raw cuts rather than full editing. It's now time to unwind for the night and brush my teeth. I already flossed and I need to take off my makeup, I need a shower, and do my whole nightly routine. I just brushed my teeth and every night I like to use my mouthwash. I've been doing this every day for a few months now and I genuinely feel like my mouth is just a lot fresher. I don't know, it helps me feel less conscious about my breath. I will say, I only gurgle the mouthwash. I don't swirl it around my mouth because I did hear that it's not good for your gums. Now, I'm just going to take off my makeup and shower. Hey friends, I just showered and I put on this comfy robe that my boyfriend got for me. I always love putting on this robe every night because it just helps me feel super comfy and cozy, especially on colder days like today. And what's so cute about this robe is that it actually comes with a hood, so it's literally like my little snuggle buddy and I love it so much. But every night to moisturize my lips, I love using Vaseline. Honestly, I have like a lot of different lip glosses, but I just realized that Vaseline helps my lips stay moisturized for longer, so been using that. Now it is finally time to fully unwind and get ready to go to bed. There are two things that I like to do before I actually start sleeping. I started implementing this routine not too long ago. Basically, I just didn't want to brain rot and scroll through TikTok endlessly until I fall asleep. So I started doing this. Well, okay, I've been reading before going to sleep pretty frequently for as long as I can remember. For reading though, it really depends. Sometimes I like to read in the morning, sometimes I like to read at night, and sometimes both. Right now I'm reading Extreme Ownership. This was actually recommended to me by my mentor at Amazon and I don't know, so far it's been really insightful. I've never really read a book like this. A lot of the context of this book is placed in like being at war and just like being in the army, but all of its lessons are applicable to anyone's life, so this has been really nice to read. But before reading, I have now just recently implemented this. I bought a huge Sudoku book, and the reason why I've started to play Sudoku is because I actually feel like my brain has been working a lot slower these days. Obviously, as like a software engineer, most of your day is just like trying to solve a lot of problems, and a lot of them is analysis, a lot of them are like puzzles. I mean, it's not even the fact that I feel like my brain is working slower in comparison to my teammates. I think it's more just so like I know that I could think faster, but my brain is just not thinking faster. I just feel like I'm not at the speed as I once was, and I feel like it's because I'm not exercising that part of the brain frequently. I feel like lead code is very similar. Obviously, like the intensity and the difficulty is like completely different, but I don't want to stress every day, and Sudoku is just like a great way to solve a puzzle every day, and it's been so much fun. I'm like actually addicted to Sudoku now. Initially, I bought this book because I wanted to think faster and be able to solve like puzzles and analyze patterns a lot quicker, but now at this point I'm just doing it because I find it fun, which is so perfect. So yeah, I am going to solve one puzzle and I'm going to read a little bit before heading off to sleep. I feel like the last time I played Sudoku was in 5th grade. So the first puzzle that I tried solving actually took me a few hours, which is ridiculous. But every other puzzle afterwards only took like half an hour. And the more I solve the puzzles, the faster I'm able to find the numbers. Maybe it's placebo, but I actually feel like my brain is working a lot faster nowadays. Like I'm pretty sure I'm just thinking this way because I've like implemented a new step into my routine. But genuinely, like take it with a grain of salt. I feel like I've been able to detect patterns a little bit quicker than usual, even at work. Anyways, it's fun, so let's solve this problem. Today I finished a Sudoku problem a lot faster than usual, and I feel like I'm making progress. I haven't searched up any like techniques or strategy online on solving them faster because I want to figure out the strategies on my own, and so far I've implemented a couple because in the real world, maybe your team members or other people will give you strategies, but that's not always the case. Low-key kind of weird that I'm comparing Sudoku to my sweet 9-to-5 job, but I mean, I feel like they're kind of similar. And now I'm going to read a little bit from Extreme Ownership. I tend to read out loud just because I enjoy reading books out loud. Let's read a few pages today. Okay, just finished reading, just finished solving a Sudoku problem, and now it's officially time to go to bed. That's pretty much my after work routine. Obviously some nights might look a little different, but this is it for the most part. I try to keep my day going even after work because I feel like my life is not just my 9-to-5, and there's so many other parts of myself, so many interests and hobbies that I enjoy doing. Honestly, sometimes I view my 9-to-5 as just another one of my side hobbies. When I first started working, it was really hard to have energy to even do my hobbies because I was so tired after work. I just didn't want to do anything except lie in bed. Practicing this routine didn't come all at once, but once you start to get into a flow of things, it kind of just comes to you naturally. It feels weird when you're not doing the routine. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!